World's End, Apocalypse, Armageddon. Predictions about apocalyptic events leading to humanity's extinction, civilization's collapse, or the planet's destruction have been voiced since the beginning of our calendar. Most predictions connect to Abrahamic religions, often symbolizing eschatological events described in their scriptures or expressing similar ideas about what would happen. Christian predictions typically pointed to events like the rapture, the Great Tribulation, the Last Judgment, and Christ's second coming. World-end events are usually predicted within the lifetime of the person making the prophecy, relying primarily or exclusively on the Bible, especially the New Testament. This is often done through mathematical calculations, such as pinpointing the moment exactly 6,000 years pass since the Earth's assumed creation by the Abrahamic God, which the Talmud marks as the deadline for the Messiah's appearance. Scientists and scientific groups have also theoretically formulated doomsday predictions from natural events. Though the scientific community generally deems these unacceptable, the events and phenomena are not expected for hundreds of thousands or even billions of years. Historically, such predictions diverted attention from real dangers like poverty and war, served political goals, or stirred hatred against certain groups. Anti-Semitism, for example, was a popular theme in Christian apocalyptic prophecies during the Middle Ages. In contrast, French and evangelical depictions of the apocalypse featured English or Catholic antagonists who would bring about the world's end. Psychologists suggest possible explanations for belief in modern apocalyptic prophecies include mentally reducing real-world dangers to a single, definable source, innate human attraction to fear, paranoia, and helplessness traits, and modern end-times romanticism stemming from contemporary sci-fi literature. The spread of Abrahamic religions in modern history has allegedly created a culture sanctifying a future drastically different from the present. This culture is credited with more secular prophecies, like the rising popularity of the 2012 phenomenon, while upholding the age-old theme of a massive force ending humanity. In this video, I'll present doomsday predictions that never came true. Stay with me. The Maya calendar. On December 21, 2012, the first major cycle of the Maya long count calendar ended. Many misinterpreted this as the calendar's absolute end, which had tracked time continuously from 5,125 years earlier, sparking doomsday predictions. Scenarios included Earth's collision with the fictional planet Nibiru, massive solar flares, a planetary alignment causing huge hail catastrophes, and Earth's axis realignment. Preparations as we know them today included building a modern Noah's Ark by a Chinese man and widespread stockpiling of survival supplies. But no catastrophe came in 2012. The calendar cycle simply ended. The delayed destruction. Among the modern world's most prolific doomsday forecasters, Harold Camping publicly predicted the end 12 times based on biblical numerology interpretations. In 1992, he published a book predicting it for 1994. His most notable was May 21, 2011, exactly 7,000 years after the biblical flood. When that passed uneventfully, he admitted his math was wrong and postponed it to October 21, 2011. Of course, that failed too. The Spirit's Word. Montanism, a 2nd-century Christian schismatic movement, began in Phrygia, modern Turkey. Based on Montanus's visions, claiming to speak under the Holy Spirit's influence, followers believed Christ's second coming was imminent. Many Christian communities were nearly depopulated as believers abandoned homes and migrated to the plain between Pepuza and Timion in Phrygia, where Montanus said heavenly Jerusalem would descend to earth. Well, it didn't happen. The flood-renowned German mathematician and astrologer Johannes Stoffler predicted a great flood would inundate the world on February 25, 1524, when all known planets aligned in Pisces. Hundreds of pamphlets fueled general panic. Count von Igleheim, a German noble, even built a 3-story ark. Though light rain fell that day, no real flood occurred. The return. In 1806, a housewife's hen in Leeds, England, laid eggs inscribed with "Christ is coming." Supposedly, crowds visited the hen and grew desperate about the end times. Soon it emerged the eggs weren't prophetic. The owner had written on them with ink and reinserted them into the poor hens. The comet Halley's Comet passes Earth every 76 years or so, but its 1910 approach sparked fears of planetary destruction via gaseous collision or its supposed poisonous gases. Global panic ensued. An Oklahoma group tried sacrificing a virgin to avert doom, and bottled air became hot commodity. Earth likely passed through part of the comet's tail, but with no visible effect. The Grandma. From age 42, Joanna Southcott reported hearing voices prophesying future events, including 1799 to 1800 crop failures and heat waves. She published her own books and amassed about 100,000 followers by early 19th century. In 1813, at 64, and virgin, per her doctors, she announced giving birth the next year to the second Messiah, signaling Earth's final days. A physical ailment swelled her abdomen, fooling followers she was pregnant. But she died soon after in 1814. Believers expected resurrection, delaying burial a full day.